Hey, it's me, Bobbert, and this is my review of Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Now, as you can see from the title below, this isn't going to be a positive review. In fact, it's going to be quite negative, and it does contain some spoilers, but in the gameplay, not in the story, so a fair warning to you all. The story of Sister Location is that you're an overnight technician who has to make repairs every night, and of course things doesn't end up that way with these animatronics causing problem and trying to kill you. There's more to it, but it's way more of theories rather than the actual story, so if you're familiar with the FNAF series, then you're gonna have fun trying to come up with theories of your own. Sister Location is a spin-off game and it's going to play much differently than the first four Five Nights at Freddy game. The way to do that is to offer different mission objectives and gameplay throughout each night. Now on paper that sounds like a great idea, but unfortunately the execution was done poorly because each of the games are very simplistic and easy to beat even in your first time playing through this whole game. Now this series has always been known for being a very simple game to play. In fact, there's nothing wrong with a game for being too simple, but in the first four games, although the gameplay was simple, being a point and click game, the challenge was still there with each animatronic having their own patterns and throwing in extra curveballs like maybe adding extra difficulty or a new animatronic with its own unique pattern. Here's some of these quote-unquote games that you'd be playing. Now in this one, you have to keep these small animatronics from entering your space. How do you do that? By closing the door. How do you use? By pretty much not playing the game. Now this part in the breaker room had some potential for being great, but sadly I think it was missing one element. Now in this part, you had to bring the whole building back online while avoiding Freddy from jump scaring you. Now you can't go from 0 to 100% that easy or Freddy will get you. What you have to do is alternate between the screen and Freddy. Now, you think this sounds pretty challenging, but the problem is that there's no time limit, which I think this part would have benefited from that. So you can just pretty much take your time, and although you do use some percentage while you try to reboot it, pretty much you can stay safe once you keep an eye on Freddy for most of the time. So pretty much it's a test of patience rather than a test of skill. In the parts and service room, you gotta find these itty bitty teeny tiny buttons to pretty much open the animatronic, and that's pretty much it. Nothing challenging about that, though I will admit that the Bonnie puppet gave me some few challenges here and there, but again that's really more of a test of patience rather than a test of skill. You can really say that about the other games in Sister Location. There's only three parts of this game I really like. One of them being Night 4, where you had to keep the spring locks from getting too loose while avoiding these little robots getting you. There's this invisible time limit you have to survive, which is about 3 minutes. And the way you do that is to keep these robots away from you by rigging the machine. But rigging the machine also using the spring lock a bit, so you have to play it smart. I give it credit, Sister Location does have the best death mini game. Pretty much you play a side score and collect cupcakes to feed the children. The trick is that not only you have a time limit, so you have to be fast, but you have to feed a kid in a certain order to actually complete the game. And of course this part from Night 5, which is pretty much the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. To get that, you gotta beat the Five Nights regularly and defeat the mini game as well. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm also leaving out the graphics, the music, and the voice acting, which is all great by the way, but in the end it's all about the gameplay, and in my opinion, compared to the other Five Nights at Freddy games out there, Sister Location is the worst one I ever played in my opinion. Now is it a bad game in general, judging by its own merits? Of course not. Mediocre is the best compliment I can give it, but honestly outside of the Five Nights at Freddy fanbase, I can't really highly recommend this game to anybody. Now I'm sure that the FNAF fanbase has already bought the game and found some more enjoyment in it, but to those who want to get into the series, I would recommend playing the first four games rather than Sister Location. This is me, Bobbert, and I catch you guys later.